So Randy's asking, anybody know how to make the width of the search boxes wider and center to fit within the white space better?
Ryan does.
Was that?
Ryan does.
I maybe do. Let's do it. Randy, this is for you. I know you're not on the call, but you should be, and I'll play this for you later. All right. So I'm logged in, and Frank. I'm just going to use your site since I'm here.
Okay.
So just to show everybody that's at. So when what he's asking for is the keyword search on the homepage. So I don't remember whatever you have on your homepage. It's going to change here for a second, Frank, just so I can demo this one. Okay. What you want to do is go into settings and design settings, and then the first tab here, as soon as it loads, is going to be the setup for this and where you find that. It's in the design settings in the main website design, and oh, I take that back. Homepage layout. There we go. Homepage search settings. And this is where you change the search type right here. So Frankie has keyword and location. What did he say you had? That's just keyword. So we're gonna you can change anything you want. He's got keyword only search, so I'm gonna change it to that just for the demo. But you can have any type of search that you want. You can also do maps if you have the clickable maps add-ons or the VIP that is also included. Then you can do not only just, this is all listing searches. So if you want to have listings, if you're more functional based or niche down to a particular post type, let's say you're an event site or a job site, you may want event search or job search or any other post type that you focus on and have that on your main page. And then there's a couple additional options. There's a hero message with link. And basically what that is, it's just a picture with a button there that goes to something else. So you're basically a call to action to go somewhere else instead of actually searching. And then a BD also has some amendment code where you can put two links on there side by side, and that's a common one with the and I'll just show this real quick on the demo Bootstrap. If you guys have never seen that, demo bootstrap.com has some example themes that you can use when you're initially setting up your directory. And so this, the classifieds add theme, is the example of one of those buttons. So this one's the double button. It's literally just a hero section with an image and some buttons. There's no search on that at all. So that's what that is. And then you can hide the search module. So it's just an image and nothing there. You can hide the entire section. So it basically, if you did that, it would basically start like that with your hero banner if you're using the 3-button heroes. Or if you turn that one off, it could start exactly like that. So it's very flexible, but you can remove the entire thing totally. And then the last one is show lead form. And that is, let me go to if you guys go to the lead capture theme, this is the lead capture where it's just a picture with the actual lead form. So if yours is focused on maybe the handyman, or you're doing, scheduling for services for local installers, you'd maybe want to have the lead right away, where somebody just comes here knowing they're going to hire somebody, and they go ahead and look for a lead. So that's the lead management one, what that looks like. So his question is for the keyword search. So I'm going to go to that, and I'm going to save changes, and then we'll show you what that one looks like. So again, this one's just a key only. And you notice when we go to here, it is not in the center of the page. It's on the left. And so why would you have it on the left by center? It's because all these pictures are different. Maybe you have, and here's a great example. You wouldn't want this one on the left where Frank has it, because the form would be covering up his face, and then you'd see a white wall and a face covered with the form. So that wouldn't work. You want to make sure that you have it on the right side. So it depends on what photo you have in here. His question is he wants it centered. So you go back to the same page. It says home page alignment. And then you can go to center, and then we'll save that, and then we'll refresh that. And now this is going to be in the center. Now, theoretically, go back. There we go. Sometimes you have to go back, and it has to finish the little saving process. Just throw this out there. Sometimes when you make adjustments, you may need to save the changes again. So save it twice to kind of kick in the cache. Or you can hit the refresh cache here, or if you're on your actual page, hit shift button, hold the shift button down and hit the recycle there, and that'll refresh your browser. So shift and then the reload, and that'll kind of refresh your page as well. So now it's in the center, but you notice, hey, I'm using a lot of vertical. It also, let's say I wanted it wider. Here's one way to make it wider. So this is kind of a poor man's effort on this one. If it's vertical, all you have to do to make it wider is change it to horizontal. And basically what that does is it unstacks it. So if you were doing a top level category and a sub level category and a sub level category, normally there'd be 3 search boxes in a row. If you do that horizontal, it'll basically put them side by side so that it stretches out and makes it wider across the page. So that is one way you can do that. If you have the keyword search and you have what do you need, now you see it just went full width. And I didn't have to do anything. So that horizontal is probably what you want to make it go across the whole page. So that's the center. That is the width. But let's say, let me go back to the vertical here. Let's say you're like, nope, I want the vertical. I like the look there. I don't want to do the horizontal to make it go full width. I like the horizontal. Let me do it again. Or sorry, the vertical. But I still want it to be in the vertical format. I just want it to be across the entire page. So there it is. But say you want it stacked, but you want that to go across the page. So in order to do that, there's no setting for that. There's not like a full width thing for that, and you will have to change it. Now there are a couple things where you can change the title width. So for example, main title width. See, it's at 80% right now. If it was at like 40%, I could actually make this kind of word wrap where it'd say search the Vineland and then city guide on the next one, because I'm basically I'm only allowing 40% of the full width to be used for that title. So if that's ever word wrapping, go ahead and check that's at 100% or as far wide as it can to keep it on one line. But that's only for the main title width. That is not the stuff below it. So this is what we're concerned about with that. So in order to do that, you're going to need to go to a little bit of code, but I'll show you where that's at. It's going to be pretty easy. Go to Toolbox and Widget Manager. And now this is the homepage search and its keyword. So you can type, I think, homepage, or I'm just going to type in keyword, and and you can search by that. It'll filter all the widgets that have the keyword. And so you'll be looking for homepage search and keyword search, right? So that's homepage. There's other searches here. This would be a search module on the sidebar for the keyword search. This is just a global keyword search, again, for a module for the sidebar. This is a homepage search, global keyword search. Actually, that's a good question. I don't know which one that is. I'll just use one of them. If you edit one and it doesn't work, then go change the other one. I think it may be the global, but I'm just going to do keyword search. So what you want to do is go to actions and customize. Actually, sorry, that's not the homepage. Let me try that again. And actually, I'll show you guys this trick in case you guys don't know that it's here. I can figure out which one this is right away. So if you guys are logged in as an admin and you guys click the visit website for your site, it's going to open up. It's going to have this admin toolbar on the side. What you want to do is hit this little search icon with the plus. And what it'll do is it'll basically overlay the widget titles on here so you kind of know what you need to go edit. So right here, it is, as I suspected, it is Bootstrap theme homepage search, keyword search. So it is just keyword. So you can go ahead and hit the minus on that. That'll disappear. That is the one we want to edit. So now when we go back here, it is homepage search, keyword search, and that's the one we need. So hit customize on the actions. And now we're going to go in here and look at what we got here. So anytime you see these column, that's what that stands for, column. In Bootstrap, there are 12 columns inside of the width of the page, and it breaks it down into basically columns of 12. And so whenever you see a column, whatever, of 12, either small, medium, that's just has to do with the size of your screen. And medium is basically for the normal desktop. That'll grab that. So column, medium size screens, 12. That means it's going all the way across. So that means there's a width of something on the site that goes all the way across. But then you notice, well, this green box in here, that's only part of it. So where does that come in? So now you would see here that there's a, for small, it's 12. For column medium, there's a column of 6 here. And that is the one that is only half width. And so I'm going to just change that 6 to a 12. That's literally all I'm doing, changing the 6 to a 12. And let me see if what that did for us. All right, absolutely nothing. Drum roll. Okay. Let me go back in there again. Okay, so there's several blocks in here. So I guess I should have looked at the code here. So this is actually asking for something, and then it says else. That means they're looking for something. Otherwise, make it 6 wide. So again, it's probably whatever functions we have set up for that. It is looking for that. So let me try that. And if I can't get it to work, I'll figure out exactly where it is later when I can mess around with it. It's going to be one of those two. There you go. So as you saw there, I just went, it was in that second section because a lot of these forms have kind of like an if-then statement, depending on what selection you had. It wants to go a certain distance or depending on which section. So I just changed that one to 12, and then after the else, it's like either that one or this one. I changed that one to a 12 as well. And again, now no matter which one of those settings, and I have to go look to see what that setting is, but no matter which one you pick, it is now going to be 12 of 12. So, and it has those edges on there just because that's set up inside of a container. But inside of that, whatever that container it's in, it is the full width of that container where that is inserted. So sometimes people will say, well, that's not full width. Well, it's because it's inside a container. And so if you guys are ever inside of a web page, and I'll just kind of show you this, if you just go to and Frank, I'm gonna go delete that back. So I'll just show you guys how to do this. BD is very good because it stores all the main stuff in the back end, so you can kind of delete what you did and go back to normal and not really have to do anything on the widget. So you notice when I edited that widget is now up here at the top. It's in the custom section, and down here are the default widgets. Now, as long as there's nothing else in there other than what you just did that you want, you can literally just delete that one and you're good. It's automatically going to default back to the original code. So there's nothing that you're not going to break the system by deleting it because you've edited it and now you've just like totally wiped it from the system just by deleting your widget that you made on the edits. It's automatically going to default back to the original code in there, and nothing will be broken. So there we go. It's back to the original code. So is there any questions on that specifically from anybody?
Well, I just have a general question about that section in general. So remember, like when we went through the list, there was one that said search events, right?
Yep.
So on the home page, you're only allowed to have like just one. You have to choose one thing from that list, or could you have two sections that did two different things?
So you would have to go in the code and edit that that section to have two.
You could
let me get to that in a second, Frank. Let me finish my thought on the full width thing real quick, and then I'll go back to you. So if you're on any web page, you can go into the side display settings here, and if you ever want it full width, all you have to do is click that full width, and what that basically does is it gets rid of that side container that we had here on the sides, and it basically makes it go full width. So if you ever want to do that on a page, just do it in the display settings full width. That'll get rid of those sidebars. So so your question is, can we have multiples of these? So you'd have to edit that code in here because it's just set up to dynamically replace one or the other.
Right.
If you wanted it right here, you'd have to add it into the code. You obviously can add. It's a widget, so you can add widget here, widget. You could have like 10 search things on the homepage if you wanted.
Right. That was my basic. Because it's just a widget, you could probably have as many as you wanted.
Right. So yeah, it would look ridiculous. But so if you ever wanted that, what I'd normally recommend, instead of just having to edit the header code and it's pretty in depth. What I would do is just pick your baseline widget, like say this one, and then if you're good enough with coders, have a developer do it. I just copy the code for the other search box and put it in next to it. Like,
right.
Make this one instead of the center. center 6 wide, I'd put it over on the left in a
Right.
6 wide, and then just copy the other code in another box over here on the other 6 wide, and then just paste that in there. So so for instance, I would be editing the homepage keyword widget by adding the other one. So I just know whenever I select that homepage keyword widget, it's not just going to be that one anymore because I edited that widget. It's going to have both of them in there. And then all I have to do to get rid of that is just pick a different widget, or pick a different search, and then that goes away.
Yeah, I can see where two could be useful on occasion. Also, what else was good was remember the one with the button for the 2 buttons. What was that for? The classified or
the classifieds,
yeah, that's also good because see, like I had a site one time that when you arrived at the site, the first thing it did was ask you, are you a business or a consumer? And then it sent you in 2 different directions. So that would be good for that too.
Right. Yeah. And so I don't think he's on the phone call today, but Rich has something like that on his site that we kind of set up that where you can claim his free listing, but he's got podcasters, guests, and vendors for the podcasters.
Right.
So his is kind of set up like that, where we just have, and you could have this on you could put this on the front page where you basically go, well, are you a guest, a podcast, or resource? And then if you're a guest, then you go for him, he goes to the pricing for the guest, right? So now he's got 3 different pages on there for different things. So
right. So go back to the buttons. So where do the other buttons take you?
They go to the orange pricing for the podcasters, and then
so he has 3 different pricing pages.
Yeah, he's got 3 different pricing. So you basically pick who you are, and then he's got, so that way you don't have to put 9 pricing tables on one page because there's 3 separate. His is a 3-sided marketplace, right? It's not consumer and business. Right. It's consumer, business, and then business to business.
Right. Yeah, it's done very nicely.
So shout out to Rich there and how he's got that set up, but it works good. All right, so Randy, do you have any questions on that? If you do, send me a PM or DM, whichever you call it nowadays, and let me know if you have any other questions. I'll post that on there for him.